All right, let's do this. So yesterday there was a nice little outbreak of a bunch of IPOs, and usually not a big fan of IPOs, but lately they've been some very good ones, right? Because like you should know whether or not an IPO is worth buying simply based off of the hype and how relevant it is. And one of them yesterday was STAF. Amazing time, right? Like someone asked me yesterday actually why I was buying STAF, and I mentioned something along what's on the left half of the screen right now, which is about jobs, right? Like this is a staffing solution company, literally here to staff companies in multiple sectors, as you can see, and we need that because unemployment is crazy right now. So there's a lot of companies out there. I spoke even yesterday on live that I have a couple of friends who work in the finance sector, and they've been talking about how things are going really bad, right? Like people are quitting because they don't want to come back to work, or they don't want to come into the office. And then on the other hand, there are people that now need a job because another thing that's happening, another really important news is that at the end of this month, at the end of July, the whole law, the whole thing about how you can't be evicted, even if you're not paying rent or not able to make your mortgage, that's going to go away. So people are now panicking, like, okay, I better make some money so I could start paying off all the bills and mortgages and stuff. And everyone's going to be looking for a job. So I went ahead and I actually picked it up right when it opened. I picked it up at the opening price, right? Actually, well, right when I caught it, I guess, right? It was listed apparently at 319. I got in at 4. I only picked up 10. I didn't have enough left to pick up more, and here we are, right? So remember, it's not about just this, it's also about this, because you want to focus on the percent that I'm up, right? The total percentage that I'm actually up on, because that percentage is something that applies to everyone, no matter how many stocks you buy or how many stocks I buy, it doesn't matter, right? The percentage up, it had you picked up 50 and I picked up 10, we would both be up 29%. So that's what really matters, and that's amazing. Another thing was DNUT, right? It's total faith in Krispy Kreme. Why would I not pick up this IPO? And I did, right? I picked up 20 of it, up 22% even here, which is excellent, right? Because Krispy Kreme is everywhere, and it's also here in New York, and we spoke about that yesterday as well. And then our big winner, right? I picked up 100 of Wave yesterday, right? It came down from its opening listing of $16. And then someone also asked why I was picking up Wave yesterday, and I told you guys, like, we all know this right now, right? The energy sector is booming right now. It is the main player. Everyone is jumping right into energy, and I went ahead. I went straight up, picked up 100 stocks, and I'm up 100% this morning because it has actually jumped up. As soon as it's um, 9 a.m. and Robinhood decides to finally wake up, there you go. We see it now. See, $21. It's boomed. It ended a day yesterday at 10.95, and as soon as this updates at 9 a.m., you're gonna see this line go up, and then we'll be into our morning today. So amazing stuff. Neo calls and wish calls. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, Joe. It's all good, man. It's all good. Speaking of calls, though, I'm glad you're mentioning it. I made my first live call option yesterday. I didn't get to buy this yesterday live, but it was everyone knew about it on Discord as I was talking about it. So GRWG, Grow Generation, related to organic specialty gardening products and hydroponics and whatnot. Huge stuff. Very random call, right? Very random call. Someone told me about it from one of the things I follow, one of the many leads I follow. So I went ahead and got a contract for a $50 call, right? And over yesterday, right after I bought it, it just kept going up by like little cents all day yesterday. And you can see, like I got in at, I don't even remember what price I got in at. Um, I mean, I'm not even sure where it actually lists what price I got in at, but whatever price I got in at, I am up 36% total. Well, 30% total, excuse me. right? 30% up total, and that's wonderful. That is amazing, because right now, if it keeps going today, this is just going to go up more, and then I'll probably sell this contract today, possibly buy more contracts today, because being up 30%, you know, I wasn't too sure how this would go. This is actually my very first option that I've ever bought, and very happy with it, of course, right? So that's friggin' awesome. The last thing I want to share with you guys real quick is yesterday I was introduced to SLVO, which is just a random stock that pays dividends, and I'm looking at more of there's a whole bunch of stocks. If you type in Credit Suisse, you get a bunch of let me just show you guys like that. You see there's a bunch of them. So I went ahead and picked up SLVO. I have 100 of SLVO that I picked up yesterday. I'm looking forward to what kind of dividends I can get from this. It's actually at a pretty low right now. Like it's at its low. You see how it has, like, it doesn't go below that, right? It keeps bouncing it back up from there. So I picked it up yesterday because it's down here, right? And in the very end right here, you could see that it's showing higher lows. So that's kind of an indicator, kind of sort of, that it's going to keep going up, which is wonderful, right? The best time to buy any dividend paying stock is at its bottom, because not only are you going to get dividends from it, but then if it ever comes back to one of these highs where it has resistance, I can always just sell it, right? So I'll get some dividends off of it and sell it, and it pays double of what my previously favorite dividend stock was, which is ORC. ORC pays about 6 cents a stock. This guy pays double that. So if you ever need to see, you know, what your dividend payments are going to look like, you can always go right here into Yahoo Money, Yahoo Finance stock. Hold on, give me a second. SLVO, this one right here. And then you see how you're in Yahoo Finance, you type that in, you make this into monthly historical prices, right? This is under the historical data when you're looking up a stock on dividends. Sorry, a stock on Yahoo Finance, and here we are, right? These are the dividend payments they've been making. These are pretty nice amounts. If you've ever looked into dividends, usually they pay less than 10 cents, but this is not, you know, I always talk about the price to payout ratio. This is a very cheap dividend stock. It's $6. It's under the $10 price range, and it pays a really high dividend for the price it's at, right? It's wonderful. I look forward to the next dividend they make, and also they keep paying every month, which is my favorite type. I'm not a fan of dividends that come every 3 months. Quarterly dividends are not what I'm about. So that's something I just wanted to make sure I mentioned to you guys real quick. What time is it? Okay, it's 9 now. So Robinhood is awake. Robinhood is finally awake. I think this was a big boom in Litecoin, but all in all, you know, this has been a pretty nice week so far, right? One of the most surprising things this morning was MRIN. Unreal, right? Huge jump over yesterday. I thought it was done when it started sinking, because it did jump up yesterday, right? It went pretty high yesterday too. I was able to sell it yesterday at 19.25. I was able to offload all my shares at 19.25, and the cheapest I picked it up at, because I kept averaging down, was 20 shares at 12.45. And then today, once again, it's up, right? So that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I didn't have any positions in it. I'd love to see ALF boom up so I can offload this, because I picked it up as it was still booming, and then it just stopped booming all of a sudden. Let's see, what else are we looking at today? So I posted the list as usual. Right now here, ATHE, Meds, Blinn, CEI. CEI has huge news, by the way. Really, and I don't mean like published news. I mean like huge chatter everywhere. It's really hyped up, and it's a penny stock. So that's one I will be watching very closely today. Is STAF considered a strong runner? I would say so. I'm not looking to sell this today, but I don't have that big of a position to begin with. I'm going to be holding STAF, and I'm just going to let it sit, because I imagine that as, you know, people, more and more companies need staffing, more and more people are looking for jobs, this is just going to keep going up. You know, at some point I might even pick up more. But, you know, this is looking pretty beautiful for a brand new IPO, right? It's up $2. So I'm happy with it, and I'm just gonna keep my position in it. I'm probably also gonna keep my position in Krispy Kreme, because Krispy Kreme is a very successful franchise. I have no reason to let that go. Wave, we're looking at it today. It's at 22.40 now, up 116 in my total return, 116%. Right, so we'll keep this right now as well. I don't need to sell this anytime soon. EcoWave Power Global. I mean, we all know what's happening with the power sector right now, so I'm probably gonna watch this until next week as well, see how it does. I could sell it whenever I want to, but I don't really feel like selling it anytime soon. This is another one I'm watching, Ocean Power Technologies, just in case, because it is pretty cheap, and you can see how from yesterday it's already boomed quite a bit. May go more today, possibly, but it's up 8% pre-market. The electric vehicle department, right? So I mentioned here, keep an eye on the IPOs above, as well as MRIN, ALF, WISH, Sense. Remember, the energy sector niche is popping right now. Watch DD and NEO as well, because electric vehicles are always a hot topic. And Biden, love him or not, he loves oil, and rig has been extremely popular, right? Rig has been super popular, so you know, you keep an eye on that. As you can see, every day, right after hours, it just booms, and then it just kind of sinks, and then next day you can see here it boomed again, right? And now we're here. So over the week, because it keeps coming back down, we're only really up 6%, but your job is to catch these. So you want to pick it up. It looks like you want to pick this guy up like near the end of the day, right? CEI, yeah. So let me open up CEI to see if we look at Camber Energy. Right, this is the stock I'm talking about. So not that it has any published news per se, but the stock itself is extremely popular right now. I'm gonna close my tab on Wish so I can open up CEI here. I'm just waiting for Wish to break 1443 and I can offload this as well. But yeah, here we are with Camber Energy, 69 cents. It is extremely cheap right now, right? And it actually had a sink just now. So this is at a moment where you can just watch it, see how much more it sinks, and then pick it up as a swing. This is an energy stock, and you can rest assured. Look at how people feel about it. Let's take a look at how everyone. I mean, people might be upset if they were holding it and they didn't sell it and dip this morning. But let's see what's happening. Everyone talking about it all over the place. Right, there's a lot of people that are obviously a little upset. So you can see the bearish popping up. All the bears love popping up on stock twits. It's really fun to watch. It's like watching some random drama, right? It's really fun to watch the bears and the bulls kind of arguing here. It's almost childish sometimes, but of course you would imagine that people are pretty upset with it. But look at that. Look at the sentiment right here. This is usually like 1 or 2%. This is a high sentiment here. It's got a high message volume. It is really, really popular right now. Right? It dipped overnight, so a lot of people won't be waking up very happy with it. But for us who haven't bought it yet, any of us who haven't bought it yet, this is like, oh, it just went on sale for us, right? Down 10%. So this is an energy stock that's a penny stock, totally worth grabbing. I might pick it up at some point today and then swing it through the weekend into next week and see how it does. You know, so that's something that I wanted to make sure I brought up to you guys. Other things that made pretty big moves yesterday, like ATHE was really interesting, as you can see. Right, it was up pre-market, and then even after opening, it went up to 269. Then it died. Right, today is back down, and we want to watch and see what it does. So remember, the way these alerts work, and I wrote it here, is that you should only buy if it reaches the buy price. If it goes to 2 or 215, you can definitely buy it, because then it's an indication that it'll possibly, it's a better indication that it'll go up, right? You want to buy it at the buy prices and sell wherever you feel like it, but yeah, you know, at least there's a price target here. So a lot of people make alerts like that where they have a buy price, and the purpose of that buy price is that it needs to reach that price for you to buy it. Otherwise, don't, because it might just sink more, right? Houston American, this HUSA also made some nice plays yesterday. You can see flew up to almost $3. It probably did hit $3, you know, and it might do that again today. So another one worth watching. Just a bunch of energy stocks, right? Energy sector looking good, looking very good. So yeah, that's basically it. I will be, let me see, where did my option call guy go? Looks like it closed. Oh, last thing, yes, Sense. If you guys remember, we had a lot of fun with Sense last week. It was not last week, but June 14th, this week, right? Where it was just every day, you can see it, every day you would wake up and boom, it had another jump, another jump. It just kept flying, right? It went almost near $5, then it's kind of stabilized. Today it's finally pointing up again. I have I think 100 stocks of cents in my Webull account. Let me check that real quick. Oh, I have Webull here too, but I'm just gonna look at it right here real quick because it's easier to sign in on my phone. So I have cents. Oh, 57 shares of cents. And yeah, it's going up. So I'm just gonna on Webull I have what I refer to as my small account. So that's just something I'm trying to grow more and more as I slowly get ready to transition over from Trashhood to Webull permanently. But yeah, definitely keeping an eye on this. If you own any shares of this, or if you're bag holding from a time where it kind of died out, then hopefully today you'll get to offload it. Sesson Bio, remember people confuse SESN and SENS all the time. They're both completely different stocks. Keep very careful with what people type. Sometimes people make typos. Sesson Bio also looking great. Right? They also actually did publish something. Let me just look it up real quick. So here we have grants under NASDAQ listing rule, right? It actually got money. So that's kind of part of the reason why it's pointing up right now, and it might actually reach 5 today, right? So that's something I would keep an eye on. I'm not going to be buying it myself, but definitely something worth keeping an eye on. As far as AUUD is concerned, right? Audia, I mean, it's, you know, already up pretty nice this morning, and I would imagine it would go up more. But outside of what I like to feel comfortable with, you know, personally, I've had too many moments where I pick something up at a price that wasn't its usual frame, and then it sinks, right? You want to look at what the usual, for example, here the usual price of Audi was around 3, right? Then you can see that it likes to sit at around 588, under 6. Right now it's at 734. I would watch to see if it comes down to at least like 7, maybe under 7, 690, 680. Those are some prices I would get in on it at. If you're green on this already, then I would sell right now. Wait for another dip. You know, take your profits. Don't ever worry about it going up higher than what you sold it at. That's okay. If it goes up after you sell, but you sold it green to begin with, that's never something to be sad about. All right, let me go to my little option here. So this I need to sell today and possibly buy more options because I picked it up and it's past the price I picked it up at, right? So I made a call for 50. Where's grow generation? It's at 50.25 today. Looking forward for this to grow even more. So I'll probably exercise this, sell this out, 30% gain, and then pick up another one for let me see. Yeah, I'll probably get this one right here, the $52 one. Make a $52 call and let that play out. Yeah, let's do that one once the market finally starts up. I want to see how it does first when the day begins, when everything opens up. But yeah, other than that, we're looking pretty damn good today, right? This is what I kind of wanted. July, I wanted July to start up real freaking sexy, and you know, we're looking pretty good. STAF, gonna keep holding it, probably pick up more. DNUT, gonna keep holding it, probably pick up more. Wave is still looking even sexier as the morning begins. And yeah, I guess that's basically it for now. As the market opens up, we'll get to see what's trending. But if you look at yesterday, so this is the frame that ended yesterday. Remember, this website is only working from 9:30 to 4, the time in which the market is live. And you can see that yesterday the highest volume, right, was STAF. This happened like near the end of the day, because all day other things were number 1, 2, and 3, and now this is what we're seeing, right? So the day ended in a very interesting manner, with the highest volume. You can see ridiculous. This is far above, sorry, right here, the volume. right? This is far above what it was all day, right? So that's one thing. But in general, rig was crazy. Rig was killing it yesterday. Right, 50 million volume. Apple has been really freaking awesome. It's so freaking, like, every single day it's up a little bit. I've had 20 shares of Apple for the longest time. Every single day this week, this month, you can see it's on like the sexiest positive trend ever. This is also always a good day. Like, every day is a good day to try to doing an option call on Apple. Because you can see how it is. You can see what it does. Same thing with Nvidia too. Remember, options are a beautiful thing. Option calls are a beautiful thing for stocks that are way overpriced. Like, you may not have money to pick up 100 Nvidia, right? That's ridiculous. But every single day is a day you can make an Nvidia call because you can see the trend. Like, Nvidia is killing it in the business lately, right? They are really, really just booming. So that's a sexy share right there. Same thing with a lot of these. There's a reason why we love graphics cards, because they are actually pretty major key for not only the gaming industry, which is of course its own massive booming industry that everyone has been skyrocketing in, especially during the time when people were sitting at home due to the pandemic, but we also love graphics cards because this is major key for mining crypto, right? So that's something that of course you is significant. Looking forward to some of these guys finally growing so I can offload that shit, get out of it. This is always interesting to see when they're green. But I keep them at the top just to watch myself and just get rid of them whenever I can. Otherwise, I just consider myself a little investor in them. Forgot to sell BTX, so I ended up holding it. This was a successful stock, that a med stock that started booming one day, and I got to scalp it multiple times, but then at the end I forgot to sell it one day, and now I'm stuck with it. But that's no big deal. It's only 40 shares. I'll get rid of it when I do. My biggest things are to finally get a boom in ADXS, Regulus, and EVFM. The day those things happen, that'll be massive profits, and then I can have my investment money ready again to pick up bigger spots in new stocks. But yeah, that's the life right now. As soon as the market opens up, we have another 14 minutes, we can finally start seeing what is going to be trending today, right? You don't really need anyone to tell you what's trending. You need people that can tell you what's a good idea to buy and what's a good idea to not buy and why. Those are real opinions, right? Those are real opinions. But when people take pride in, oh, I called that stock and look, it's up now, that's silly. That's very silly, right? Because if you just called a stock and then it's up, that doesn't mean anything. If you had reason for why you think it'll go up and it's up, that means a lot. Yeah, actually, usually when CEOs change in general, GameStop or any company that has a new CEO or anything like that always makes it pop, And right now we're looking at a pretty nice downward trend, which basically means that GameStop is coming into a position where you can pick it up at any time if you want. Similarly, like I told you guys yesterday, and I've said it many times before, AMC is a stock that every time it goes down, it's an indication that it's going to just boom someday. For example, today it's almost close to 50 again. Every time it comes close to 50, it has a day that it jumps up to 57 or above, right? But 57 for sure every day. So like, for example, today at some point, I'm pretty confident at some point it will reach like above 55, reach 57, and then come back down again. It's just what it does every day. So AMC theoretically is considered a money printing stock, right? Literally prints money for you because that's what we're here for, right? This is why we buy stocks. We want money to be printed for us, period. Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy STAF, well, after opening it might go up a lot more, so you got to be careful. Just like people have limit sells because they want to sell a stock after it reaches a certain price, and those limit sells hit every morning at 9:30 a.m. Some people also have limit buys where they only want to buy a stock if it hits a certain price. So it might just boom the moment 9:30 hits. So what you could do is you could pick up a a light position. Look, my position is not that strong to begin with, right? I only have 10 shares. You could pick up a light position as it's on its way down. You know, you never want to really buy stock on its way up. Pick it up on its way down. It may go down a little bit more, but at least you know you picked it up while it was downtrending, so that you can be a part of the uptrend. You don't want to buy it after it's already initiated its uptrend. So watch it for now, see how much more it goes down and whatnot, and then pick it up. I'm going to hold my 10 shares, which successfully went up 24%. And I'm going to pick up more later on. Right now, although I do have money to pick up more, I have availability. Where's my available money? Oh, right here, buying power 2007-16. So I could pick up more, but I'm gonna wait too. Because I'd end up averaging up, so I'd rather just wait, pick it up in a little bit. But for now, you know, it's pointing down, so we can keep seeing where it goes. As soon as it tries to curl back up, you might want to grab it. Wave might boom up as well as soon as the day starts. We'll have to see what it does. All in all, though, pretty exciting morning. 10 more minutes of killing time until we can finally see stuff. Oh, and one of the reasons I have NRXP open, right, is because someone else that I follow, another person I follow, made big claims on NRXP blowing up this week. I don't know if it really will. They work on pulmonary disease, another pharma stock. I looked up their work. I mentioned yesterday that Aviptadil is actually one of the stocks that's a part of the clinical research I work in. So I'm part of a trial as a clinical research coordinator called iSpy. iSpy is a COVID trial, and Aviptadil is one of the medications in that trial. Here, NRX Pharmaceuticals is also using Aviptadil as part of their trial. So, you know, I'm really interested in seeing how this does. Unfortunately, the company I work for doesn't have a NASDAQ listing. That'd be pretty epic. But I'm not even sure if I'd be able to buy that stock, because most times when you work in a company, like let's say you work for this company, you actually end up having to sign a waiver that you won't be buying the stock. So that often sucks. But that doesn't mean you can't tell other people to buy it. You just have to be very low key about it, if anything. But you know, it is what it is. Oh, and yeah, another thing, Pfizer was really interesting to catch yesterday, coming up too. Pfizer and other COVID related stocks. So if we look at it, where's my Pfizer position? Right here. Pfizer and Gilead, right? They both had a similar upwards trend. Gilead I had picked up at a slightly high price on one of the days near the pandemic time when it was really skyrocketing. But they pay dividends, so I've been pretty happy holding Gilead. Like, you know, I got in at 81. It's approaching 70 today, but they've been paying me. Look at the dividend they've been paying me, right? So I've kind of sort of already made back a nice amount on a few of these shares I bought. So that's why I never really dipped it down. Even though I'm red, I continued holding it because you know, one of the nice ways I like to think about these things is if you buy a stock and it sank, then you could sell it for a loss and make it a realized loss, or you could just become an investor and just hold it. Now you're an investor, not a day trader for that stock, right? So I'm basically a Gilead investor. But if this does ever turn green, I would sell it. I would sell it if it ever turns green. Same for Pfizer. Pfizer has not been paying dividends, but I picked it up at a slightly high price. I am very close to being green on it. Right? They don't pay dividends or any. Oh, they actually have. Never mind. Excuse me. They've been paying a pretty nice dividend. $19.50. How much is that? I didn't even know. I forgot about this. 39 cents a stock. Oh, that's pretty good. That's very good. Yeah, so 39 cents for a $39 stock. That's pretty sexy, actually. So maybe I won't sell. Well, I mean, I don't have a problem selling it. I'd like to sell it and pick it up cheaper, to be honest. I actually didn't even remember dividends were being paid by this. Oh, because it's March and June. March, April, May, June. Yeah, it's a quarterly dividend. That's why I forgot. Okay. This is pretty nice. 39 cents a stock is pretty nice, but I'd like to have the stock cheaper than what it's at. You know, so I would wait for this to turn green, sell it, and then pick it up at a cheaper price. But yeah, that's something else that's been kind of sort of popular, as you can see. Third highest volume yesterday. But you can see, like, the top two guys, Rig and Apple, it's an honorable thing to be Rig when your volume is actually higher than Apple on a given day, and Apple actually has a high volume on a given day, right? But then after them, the others are, you can see, far below half of what their volume was. So their volume was very considerably high, right? Considerably high. First order of business for me as soon as the day starts in 6 more minutes is going to be to sell this contract and then order more, buy more contracts based off of which way this is heading. But you know, caught it at a good time. Wouldn't really want to be caught in one of the days it's actually coming back down, so I'll see what I want to do. Do I think something will go up today? Yeah, a lot of things. Well, besides the ones that I called, besides the ones I shared as a list here, these are some of the stocks you could either pause or take a screenshot or join the Discord. The link should be in the description. These are some that I'm looking forward to going up today. These are the prices I would enter at and price targets. Other than that, these other guys, right? MRIN, ALF, WISH, Sense, DD, and pretty much anything else I have a tab open for are things that are possible upward trending stocks, right? Even this is still going up. And the higher up it goes, the more my contract will give back as well. It's already past the 50. Where do I need it to? Yeah, it's already past it was a $50 call. It's already past that. So yeah, I'm gonna sell this as soon as 9:30 hits after seeing what it does. But like, yeah, STAF is gonna go up more. DNUT, Wave, I look forward to all of them going up more. DD Global, big chatter, very popular right now. It has a dip, so I would imagine today's gonna be another day it's gonna go up again. You know, it's just kind of what it's kind of known for right now. I think RIG is gonna go up today. ATHE is probably gonna approach 2 or 3 again today, and CEI is my main swing play right now. I want to pick up a really big position on this and then watch what it does. Hopefully it hits $1, maybe even more. Everyone's excited for that, but everyone's a little upset about it too today because it started the day with a dip, which we don't care about. I don't care about it because I didn't have a position in it. Had I had a huge position in it, I'd be pretty sad this morning. Yeah, but like, you know, anyone that bought it at 62 cents should have probably sold it when it got to 72 cents. You know, that's kind of how you want to swing penny stocks, because every time a penny stock goes up 10 cents, you want to imagine remember, don't look at the money value, look at the percentage. Going up from 62 to 72 cents is a pretty nice percentage up. Sell, take your profits, you know, watch and then see what else it does. So it's starting on sale this morning basically. Smart people will pick up more and average down, if anything. Upset people are going to be sad and sell. So it's going to be fluctuating today, and I'd like to grab a pretty big position in that today once the market opens. DNUT's holding around 5 pretty well. Let's see what else is happening. Someone just tagged me in one of my groups asking to look up ALEC. Alright, let's see what's happening with ALEC. Elector, what is ALEC? $700 million deal for 2 brain drugs? What are we talking about in terms of brain drugs? Oh, here we go. Working potential therapies to help patients with frontotemporal dementia. Okay. A devastating disease, yes. And ALS, one that kills you. As well as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. I mean, neurodegenerative companies have been booming, right? That also includes AVNS and BTX and a bunch of others that we've played in the past already, which we caught as they were booming. Let me look at right here. So AVNS was the most successful one I got to be a part of. ANVS, excuse me. ANVS, right? Most successful one that I got to be a part of. I last sold it at $90.52. Right? That was successful. That was the day it had made big news. It's back to $91 on a nice slow and easy trend because they succeeded. They made a nice medication, and so did BTX and one other really expensive company. I forgot what it was. So now we're looking at, what is this again? ALEC. So did it have a move? It's already up 40%. There you go. So $22 to $31. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on this. They definitely got a big inflow of money right there, right? So I can imagine that they're gonna go up a lot more. All right, 9:30 almost. Let's see. We gotta see when this updates and see what happens everywhere. $50.70. STAF holding 5. Krispy Kreme pointing downwards. Wave. Whoa, scared me there. What is Wave trying to do? There you go. I hate when Robinhood has glitches and freaking panic attacks. DNUT, STAF. Nice. Up 58% on this. Right? So here we go. So I have the list in order of volume, and already we can see Apple's showing some nice promising shit. Now in the beginning, everyone has the same amount of volume, so this list becomes more significant as you approach, like, I would say maybe 11 a.m. By 11 a.m. you get to see, but the amount of volume that Apple has right now compared to everyone else is pretty significant. Usually, to me, that's a good indicator to buy more, especially when this arrow is pointing up. Buy like volumes for Apple. Apparently, Microsoft is a new all-time high. That's always freaking awesome. Let's move this down so I can expand this a little more. STAF is reaching nice prices to pick it up at. DNUT taking a little dip right here. Wave also taking a little dip here, and it's all good. I'm not worried. I'm looking forward to holding these positions over this coming weekend as well. And I might pick up some more STAF today by the end of the day. Look at MRIN is insane today. That is crazy. That's like it has a new all-time high. That's amazing. A new all-time high, $20. I had no idea this was gonna do this, or I would have picked it up again at the 14 or 16 it was at yesterday. That is amazing. I last sold it even at 19.25. Hopefully ALF does something similar soon too. Wow. Li Auto. Okay. What did Li Auto do? Looking good. Looking very good. Right, another energy vehicle stock. EVs, man. Energy vehicle, electric vehicle, whatever you want to call it. Popping thing. If anyone is holding MRIN, by the way, you want to make sure you sell it. Like, set a limit order to get it off, because it's gonna, at any given instance, it's gonna pull this thing where it's just gonna die. So don't be greedy. Sell it, get done with it, be happy, enjoy your gains. STAF pointing back up again. Wave is halted. That's what I like to see. I like to see halts after I'm in a stock. That's always nice. Not when I'm trying to get into a stock. Like, you guys, I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see what happened with CPOP? Another IPO, that the most successful IPO, like that's been insane. It started at 12.26. The day it opened, it boomed up to 33, which is pretty much tripling from the 12, and then it kind of sort of just sat there, and then yesterday it doubled again. Look at that. Like, unreal. You would think they cured world hunger or something, you know. And today is pointing up again. And it was just on a halt fest yesterday. Halt fest. I am interested in seeing what this does when it gets unhalted. All I'm gonna say is it better go up, because like I don't see why it wouldn't. It just came down. Okay, so I'll continue holding it for now. Sell it when it goes up. Shouldn't take too long. I would ideally want to sell it at 51.35, but let's see, above 51.35 if possible. So we will keep an eye on that. I don't even know how long this is going to be halted for, but that's the juice today. All in all, continue watching this. You know, 5 times the highest volume to second place. So Apple, whatever Apple's been doing, clearly is looking good. I might pick up some Apple what do you call it, Apple options today too, since it's #1 volume. Let me see real quick what it's looking like. Yeah, so like it's at 138.20. Okay, so I would probably buy this one, the 140. Pick up a couple contracts here and see how that performs today. I would day trade the contract or possibly hold it over the weekend. I'm not too sure. Remember that Monday markets are closed, so be careful. Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Brian. That's beautiful. I'm really happy to see that. I want to offload this as soon as I can. Last I bought it was 30 more shares at 1873. I was trying to average down, but I didn't see it sinking to where it did. The day I picked it up, it was actually doing some crazy shit. As you can see, it's been up to $20 at some point, but I wasn't able to sell it. So hopefully today I'll get to actually get rid of it. I wouldn't want to sell this red though, because this is artificial intelligence. They've got huge news. They're doing a lot. I'm in no rush to sell it. Unhalt already. It's pointing up. It's pointing up. It is pointing up. We'll end the stream when this finally unhalts, which hopefully will not be after 2 hours. Sometimes these morning halts go on until 10:30 or even 11, especially when a big company is buying it. Oh, here we go. Okay. So looking too good. Not much changed after the halt. I might actually just go ahead and sell and take my profits, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna work with this as a stop loss of like 23. If it goes below 23, I'll get rid of it. It looks like it's about to hit 24 now. Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, that's what's happening. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck with your trades today, and then I will see you guys on Tuesday morning. Subscribe, like the video if you want, share. You know, I go live every morning, 9:30 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern, and I talk about what I'm looking to buy and why, not just making calls and not just telling you stuff without showing it to you. My #1 thing is the transparency of buying things live, selling things live, and I just want to see all of us actually, you know, have these gains together. So yeah, thank you. See you guys all Tuesday.